Norway is a place where the old and the new blend seamlessly, and where you can find natural attractions jostling for space next to cutting-edge cultural venues. The capital city of Oslo is as vibrant as they come, but if you prefer you can take a trip to snowy mountains and stunning gorges. This is known for being the land of the midnight sun, where the days never end and the sun is permanently in the sky during some parts of the year, and it is also one of the places in the world where you can spot the Northern Lights, one of the most spectacular natural light shows on Earth. Norway is one of the most affluent countries in Europe, so you can expect high-quality facilities if you travel here, such as a good range of public transport options. Norway is also known for being incredibly safe, so it's a good option for solo female travelers who can travel around the country with ease. Blessed with a fascinating history, you certainly won't be short of activities here, from museums to other attractions such as glaciers. You can learn all about the interesting Viking culture here, while also checking out the modern sides of Norway that abound at every turn. 1. Take a train journey. Norway has some great rail routes which are comprehensive and easy to use, so one of the best ways to enjoy the country is by train. There are over 2,000 miles of tracks here, and the scenic journeys mean that you get to take in Norway from an entirely different perspective. Some of the highlights include the Bergen Railway, which whisks you past the Hardangervidda Plateau, as well as the Dovre Railway that runs from Oslo to Trondheim. 2. Explore Mount Floyen. If you want to get the best vistas across Bergen, then you need to come to Mount Floyen, which is a 399-meter summit that overlooks the city. If you are feeling lazy, you can easily take the funicular railway to the top, which takes 8 minutes and affords you views over Bergen and its notable fjords. Close to the summit there is a lookout area, and if you don't fancy the funicular, then you can always hike to the summit and mountain bike on the neighboring trails. Another big draw here is the Floyen Folk Restaurant, which has traditional music recitals and local food. 3. Visit Oslo Cathedral. Oslo Cathedral is one of the main draws in the city and would have been built in its original form in the 11th century. The style of the church is Baroque, and it was the first church to have ever been established in Norway. As you would expect, the church has seen a procession of iconic events such as those of the royal family, and now you can see all the history for yourself on a trip here. Things to look out for include the large organ as well as the ornate pulpit and the colorful murals that cover the ceiling. 4. Take a ferry. Another great way to check out the country is to take a trip on the Hurtigruten ferry, which will take you to some of the less explored parts of Norway. The name for the ferries are coastal steamers, and you can catch one in Bergen and travel to Kirkenes, which will take an epic 12 days. Along the way, however, you can hop on and off at some of the scenic ports for which Norway is famous. 5. Explore the Geirangerfjord region. Geirangerfjord is part of the massive Fjord Norway network and is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It stretches across many miles, but some of the highlights include Ålesund in the north, which is known for its icy Norwegian scenery. Other good spots include sunny Lvs Fjord, which has some of the prettiest vistas over the countryside. If you want to scale one of the peaks here, then go for the Dalsnibba summit, which stands at 4,905 feet. 6. Marvel at the Arctic Cathedral. The Arctic Cathedral is the work of a Norwegian architect called Jan Ing Hovig and dates from 1965. As a result, this is one of the newer cathedrals in the country and is built in a dramatic style. The structure is meant to look like large blocks of ice, and you will find sparkling mosaics inside as well as the iconic facade, which is made of glass and marked with a large crucifix. During the winter time, the cathedral is lit up from the outside, making it appear even more spectacular. 7. Tour Akershus Castle. Akershus Castle was built during the medieval period in 1299 and was meant to protect Oslo from an enemy invasion. Over the years it has taken on many uses, including operating as a Renaissance castle and a prison in more modern times. Now it is used by the Norwegian Ministry of Defense, and you can visit and take in some of prettiest rooms here, such as the banquet rooms and the chapel. There are also antique collections here that take you on a journey through the history of the castle, so if you want to learn about Norway in the days of old, then this is not to be missed. 8. Visit the Arctic Circle. Many people don't realize that much of Norway is located in the Arctic Circle, and this means that it is the best place to look for the midnight sun. This natural phenomenon happens every year around the summer solstice, when the sun never sets and it is permanently daytime. Another key feature of the Arctic Circle is the presence of the famous northern lights, which are made by particles from the sun entering the Earth's atmosphere. 9. Travel along the Atlantic Ocean Road. A trip along the Atlantic Ocean Road in Norway is not to be missed. The route spans 5 miles of rugged yet spectacular coastline and will take you past charming fishing villages as well as picturesque sites like ancient churches. There is a set route you can follow, as this is now one of the top attractions in Norway, and one of the main points of interest is the iconic Troll's Church Cave. 10. Go skiing in the Lyngen Alps. The stunning Lyngen Alps are located in the Arctic Circle and encompass a mountain range that stretches for 90 kilometers to the border with Sweden. The area is covered in fjords, glaciers, and rivers, and you will find soaring peaks as well as scenic gorges. Popular pastimes in the Alps include dog sledding or signing up for a snow safari, and there is also a high chance of seeing the northern lights here. Skiing and rock climbing are also top activities in the Lyngen Alps, and the highest peak, named Geirangerfjord, sits at 1,833 meters. 11. Visit the Kon-Tiki Museum. The Kon-Tiki Museum in Oslo is home to a collection of memorabilia from Thor Heyerdahl, a famous Norwegian explorer. There are a range of galleries dedicated to different explorations that Heyerdahl undertook, as well as a cave tour that is 30 meters long. If you are interested in the topography and geology of Norway, then this is a good pick, and you can even check out an underwater exhibit that features a whale shark. The museum restaurant here is also famous for serving up traditional Norwegian specialties like the Kon-Tiki fish casserole. 12. Marvel at the Vigeland Sculpture Park. The Vigeland Sculpture Park is dedicated to the work of Gustav Vigeland, a famous Norwegian sculptor. Here you will find over 200 pieces made from bronze and granite, and this is also the biggest sculpture park of its kind that shows off the work of an individual artist. There are several sections to the park, including the main gate, the children's playground, the wheel life, and the bridge. Much of Gustav's work showcases complex human emotions, and you can spot eerie sculptures such as skeletons nestled in tree branches. 13. Admire the paintings at the Munch Museum. One of the most famous Norwegians of all time is Edvard Munch, who is known for his symbolist style. The museum has been in operation since 1963, and you will 1,200 paintings here as well as 4,500 drawings and an impressive collection of 18,000 prints. There are some sculptural pieces and lithographic stones, as well as memorabilia dedicated to the life of Munch such as letters and books. 14. Visit the Viking Ship Museum. The Viking Ship Museum is one of the best-loved museums in Norway and showcases a range of artifacts from the Viking period. This includes items found in local graves as well as Viking ships in all their glory. 3 of the longboats here date from the 9th century and are amazingly well intact, having been partially preserved in peatlands. The most famous of these is the Osberg boat, which was said to have been used in ancient times as a burial vessel for Viking nobility. 15. Enjoy the Norwegian Museum of Cultural History. Located on Oslo Fjord is the Norwegian Museum of Cultural History. Here you can find out all about the rich culture of this country dating back from 1500 until modern times. The museum features pieces from all over the country, and you can find signature items such as a wooden stave from the 13th century. Other sections are dedicated to reconstructions of traditional Norwegian homes as well as clothes that would have belonged to the Sami people. Anyone with an interest in Norwegian folklore and art also shouldn't give the museum a miss, and there are toys, photographs, and folk dancing showcases performed here throughout the year.